Hello, 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 hello. Good evening, good evening. So Sunita here on my page, and tonight I am going to be creating one of my favorite raw vegetable dishes, and that is the marinated collards. So, on my vegan journey, my Vigo chicks. A lot of them have had this and love them. It's actually in my book, Vegan What? 7-Day Guide to Becoming a Vegan. This recipe or one similar to this is actually in the book. So I wanted to go over and do this tonight. I want this to go out to more places. I'm trying to see how. Mm, Okay, I can't do it from that phone. Let me just go ahead and put it on my personal page as well. I want this to be able to get everywhere. So give me just a second. Okay, marinated. I'm sorry, you guys. I just want to make sure that I get this everywhere. Okay, so I'm gonna have this going at the same time. Yes. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening to everyone. Good evening to everyone. You guys, I have this on my Sosanita page, and then I thought about it. I'm like, everybody doesn't know my Sosanita page or linked up to it. So let me go ahead on my regular personal page and set up everything for creating my one of my favorite dishes, which is the marinated collards, my favorite raw vegetable dishes. So I'm gonna sit this right here. You know, I don't do that waiting for people to get on. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Sharon. Hey, maybe I should just end the one on my other one. No, I'll just keep it going. So, what I went ahead and did was kind of cut up everything, prepped everything, pre-prepared everything. So, this is the collards. So, as you can see, I cut them kind of stringy like. Uh, let's see if I can hold one up so that you can kind of see the size, right? What I do is take leaves, so I left some out. I take the leaves and I kind of roll them up, right? I roll them up. Sit this right here. Take the tops off of them, and if you can see, I'm slicing these kind of thin. Sometimes when I'm making them for myself, I make them a little bit more chunky, but I find that they marinate even better when they're thinner. So this is kind of how they look, right? I think the move that's on the television. Okay, I like the orange bell peppers the best, right? They're my favorite. I'm okay with the red, I'm okay with the yellow. I didn't want to use green because already we have the green collards. So I have the orange here. Oh, somebody's over here. So I'm running from both pages. So I have the orange. As you can see, they're cubed up already. I went ahead and did that. I have the spring onion. So I just did one. So this is kind of like an amount that I would fix for myself, maybe and have some left over. It only cost me about $3.85 to get the stuff that I needed in order to prepare. So for people to say, oh, I can't eat healthy, it costs too much, this really didn't take cost a lot at all. And I still have a lot of collards to do other dishes as well. So I have one onion, spring onion cut up, and I like to get the larger ones. I'm going back and forth. I like to get the larger ones. I also have some garlic, already cut up garlic. Yes, you can buy the already diced, chopped up garlic in the jars or whatever, but I just like fresh. And when I'm fixing it for myself, hi Tanya, hey. When I'm fixing it for myself, I like my garlic to be chunky. If you guys did not know or understand, garlic is very powerful. If you have stuff going on in your body, if you have a cold, aches and pains, it fights off all kinds of germs, infections, everything. I won't go into some of the other stuff that it does, but so I have to make sure that I have this kind of chunky, right? Because I like it for my body. I have a half of a lime here that I'm going to use to squeeze. Red pepper flakes, paprika. I love, okay, so because as vegans, like, you know, we're used to cooking with, you know, meat, right? Smoked meat when you're doing collard greens and all that kind of stuff. But smoked paprika is excellent. It's absolutely amazing. I use it when I'm cooking to give it that smoky flavor instead of having to season my vegetables and stuff with, you know, meat products. I just use this. So you're going to have your apple cider vinegar, right? You're going to have some olive oil here. And this big container is full of kosher salt. So those are the kind of the ingredients that you're going to need to prepare this. Now, after you have went ahead and cut up your collards, you want to kind of mash them up, right? You want to kind of dent them. As you can see, I can't kind of see with this screen, the green screen. You want to kind of mash them up with your hand, right? Just so they're not fresh, just so you're kind of breaking them down a little bit, right? You want to go ahead and you're making sure that you get that done. I like using my hands for stuff, so just pretend like you're a kid, you know, get in there, mash it up, right? That's what you want to do. Maybe I'll pull it back over in case somebody's talking to me. Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey. So this is kind of what you're going to do. So now that I have done that, I'm going to go ahead and add everything into the bowl, right? Okay. Now, let me go ahead and open up the smoked paprika. So I'm going to use, because I really like it, I'm going to use, this will be like a teaspoonful, right? Now, usually when I'm just cooking for myself, I don't do all of that measuring stuff. You know, this stuff just comes to me in my head. I'm cooking and I'm just dash of this, a dash of that. But I'm disciplining myself so that I can bring it to you guys on, you know, I'm actually going to use 2, maybe 1.5 of the smoked paprika. I kind of like my marinated collards with a little bit of kick. Now I have one of my Vigo chicks and very good friends, my sissy. She, when I make them sometimes, she has to go ahead and remind me that she is eating them. So I can't make it with a whole lot of kick, right? I have to, you know, be a little light-handed on that. So I'm going to get some of my, hold on, you guys. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to get some of the kosher salt. Not going to use that much. Maybe like a half of a teaspoon of the kosher salt, right? Now, as you are preparing this, you know, you're the tester. You're making this for yourself. You have to test it, taste it, test it, taste it, test it, taste it as you're going through the process. I should have had a measuring. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I've got a cup, right? For the vinegar. So this is apple cider vinegar here. So let me turn it around and see what I'm going to have. So I'm going to use about 2 ounces of the apple cider vinegar in my bowl, right? That's what I'm going to start with. I'm going to take my spoon and I'm kind of mashing in this. If you guys can kind of see, I'm going to stir, well, not stir, but I'm going to fold it in just like so. Okay, making sure I get all the leaves covered with the vinegar. I get the seasoning in here, mixed up really good, right? Okay, I've got that done. I'm going to use this bottle, so I'm not going to measure this out. So just kind of pouring in my olive oil, right? This is going to help the olive oil and the vinegar getting everything. You making some this weekend? Yay, yay, yay. You're going to know you want to have it all covered and dressed down, oiled up with this olive oil. It really helps, you know, in the marinating process. So you make sure you have that. Okay. Now, mind you, this recipe is in my book, right? Now, the recipe that I'm giving you guys on tonight is a little bit different. So I'm going to add a little bit something extra. I'm going to go ahead and squeeze in that half a lime that I was talking about, right? It's just going to help to break these collards down. A lot of people be like, oh, I'm not eating no raw. I'm not eating, what is that? I know, Tanya, I'm not eating raw collards. What do you mean? Yes, I have so many people that, you know, when I get to cooking stuff and making stuff, they're like, I'm not going to eat that. I've never eaten that before. I'm not going to eat that. But once they taste it, they're like, oh my God, I would have never decided to do that. Oh my God, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for joining tonight as I make these marinated collards. The more that you stir, the more that you kind of mash them down. As you can see, let me move these out of the words out of the way. As you guys can see, like the collards are starting to break down, right? That is good. The vinegar, the olive oil, me mashing them around and everything is helping in this process. So I'm going to add something extra to it. So I'm going to add a little bit of spicy mustard. Yes. Add a little bit of spicy mustard. So put that in there. Yeah, Tanya, you haven't had it this way. You know I love those. I'm just going back and forth between both screens. Let me move this over in case somebody decides that they want to comment, ask a question, say anything. I want you guys to be able to do so. This is something that I was been supposed to do, like come on and, you know, do the cooking thing, show everybody, do 30-minute meals or less. This is something I'm supposed to do. And so I'm doing it now. What is that? Make some for Saturday. Oh, we'll see how my schedule goes on if I'm going to be able to. Now, because we have the salt in here, because we have the vinegar in here, we have the lime in here, you know, all these acids and stuff, all the stuff, you know, breaking this down, we've got to balance that out, right? So that's where the honey comes in. So this is just a little honey in the bear. As you guys can see, I am on location, right? And so I'm kind of using what I have on hand. I prefer organic, raw honey, but that's not available right now. So this is like a teaspoon of honey. So I'm going to add that in there, stir that up. Yet again, with this vinegar in here, it's going to help to break it down. Yes, Tanya, I switched it on you. I thought I'd give you a little something, something. But you, don't you have the book? Don't you have the book? You can go back and look in the book and get the regular, or look in the group. I'm quite sure that the original recipe is actually in our Healthy Vigo Chicks group. So if you guys want to follow in that group, I have all the information from when I first started becoming a vegan. So I have all the recipes and ingredients and stuff like that in that group. So that's Healthy Vigo Chicks. And then I have the 21-day vegan challenge, right? So I have that group too. So I haven't been posting very much in the groups, but I'm going to get back into that. I'm going to get back into that because it is very necessary. Okay, so I have it. You see how it's changing? Hold on, you guys. I'm going to let this sit for just a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Ding, ding, ding. Commercial break. So does anybody have any questions about what I'm doing? So what I'm going to do now is, I know I keep walking away, right? So, you know, as I progress, I got to get better at this. But I'm going to taste them to see. Oh my God. I don't need too much of anything. Ooh. Got a little kick to it. If I would add anything to it, maybe I'll add just a pinch. Maybe I'll add just a pinch more of the kosher salt. Now, we have so many people that are very health conscious. They're, you know, dealing with inflammation and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm going to flip this yet again, Tanya. That's right. I'm going to flip this yet again. You know what I'm big on. What thing would that be? Turmeric, right? Turmeric. I'm going to use some of that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the fresh. No bacon. This is raw. This is healthy patty. There will be no bacon added to the marinated collards. This is for healthy, not bacon. No, not gonna happen. So as you can see, this is what fresh turmeric look like, already sliced, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and add some of that into the mix. Now because these are mine, because this is mine, I can just slice them up even more, right? So I wouldn't just throw these in your dish and just give them to you that way, but just chop them up a little bit. Now, let me tell you, the longer you let these marinate, the better that they will be. So you can actually start eating them after they have sit in the refrigerator covered up. You can let them sit for about an hour, right? And they will be nice and good and ready to eat. How into the error? If you let them sit overnight, or maybe make them in the morning and then you're going to have them later on in the day, oh my goodness. In a lot of cases, you don't even miss the fact that they are not cooked, right? You forget all about then they're not cooked because they're so tender. That's how they become. I'm gonna give it another shot of honey, just to make sure that it's a nice balance between the salty and the sweet. You don't want it too sweet, right? Just use my finger. One thing you will notice is that I didn't add like fresh black pepper. You can add fresh black pepper, you can add white pepper, you can change this up, add whatever seasonings you like, you know, kind of make it your own. After you get the basic principle, after you get the basic dish, so, you know, it is very open to creating and adding more. This is great to have for Thanksgiving, any holiday, summertime, wintertime. It's great all around. As Tanya said, she's going to prepare some this weekend. Patty's trying to get me to prepare some for Saturday. This is great anytime. I have been doing my release the beast, you know, cleanse this week. So I have just had green vegetables. I will say that I tried something just the other day. I had never had deep fried corn before. Oh my God. It's like, you know, the little corn on the cob pieces, you know, was battered and fried like it was chicken. So for all of my vegan sisters and brothers, oh my God, it was so good. Like, I didn't even miss chicken. Like, my weakness is chicken wings and a really good hot dog. I talk about it all the time. Those are my weaknesses, but I didn't even want chicken. I'm adding that to my thing. Like, I gotta have deep fried corn on the cob. Even though corn is not that good for your body, corn actually can cause leaky gut. So you have to kind of monitor how much corn that you eat, right? If you're growing the corn outside in your yard and all that kind of stuff, then that's great. But just regular corn that you're getting, you know, we have to monitor the corn. And even still, when you eat it, you know, it doesn't break down in your body. You poop that out anyway. So, but it can still cause leaky gut. But having it on occasion is perfectly fine. You guys, it has broken down so much. How can you see? Oh, look at that. It's broken down so much. So, I want to try these again. After that, y'all, I can eat this whole bowl right now myself. I can eat this whole bowl. This is so good. Anyway, you guys, thank you for tuning in and watching me tonight on both pages as I prepared the marinated collards. You know, stay tuned because every week I will be doing more cooking because I know that this is something that a lot of people have a hard time with, especially if you're from the South and you're used to cooking regular soul food, right? The traditional food. A lot of people do not know how to transition over and cook healthy. So I'm going to be helping you guys to cook healthy and using my Facebook pages as a platform. I just cannot stop eating it. This is good. So, sorry y'all, talking about my mouth full and everything. Thank y'all for joining me. If you have any questions, feel free to make sure that you go back. Ask me the questions. Feel free to go back and rewatch this. Please, you know, share this to your pages because there's so many people that you know that want to eat healthy, you know, that may want to do vegan, that may want to do, you know, even try raw food for 7 days. Maybe that's what I'll do next week, is go through raw foods for 7 days. Anybody that wants to join me on that kind of a challenge, eating raw foods, we can do it together. You know, I would love to have it. So you guys have an awesome and amazing night. Tanya, thank you for being on my Soul Sunita page. Everybody here, thank y'all for joining in. And y'all have a great night. And I will talk to you. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. I'm going to see if I can turn this off. Okay. Okay, bye y'all. Bye. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for tuning in to Soul Sunita, Healthy Cooking with Sunita. I'll see y'all soon.